everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. For those of you who haven't seen any of my videos before, I am Hayley. I am 27 years old and mum to one little boy, Lawson, who is currently 15 months old, but by the time you're watching this will be 18 months old. And we have just found out that we are pregnant with our second little baby. I am about 4 or 5 weeks, I'm not entirely sure yet, but I wanted to make a video about my kind of early signs and symptoms, because I know, especially with Lawson, when I was like trying to conceive and wondering whether I was pregnant, I was Googling and watching so many YouTube videos about like early signs, early symptoms, because I was just desperate to know what other people had. I didn't do this with Lawson. It's not something that I did because I didn't start this YouTube channel, I don't think, until I was about 9 weeks or so pregnant. So I'm starting super early this time, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, I'm just going to share some of my early signs with you that made me have a hunch that I might be pregnant this time. So the very first thing that I noticed, and it's only a very tiny thing, but for me it was really out of character, and that was that I got 2 spots like just by my mouth here. And normally when I'm like coming on or like that time of the month, I don't really get spots. Like, it's very rare that I'll get spots. My skin is usually quite clear throughout the month, and so to have a couple of spots around my mouth, which I know is like a hormonal kind of area as well, it made me think this is a little bit out of the norm, and it made me, I don't know, kind of question whether something else might be going on. The second sign that I got that made it pretty clear to me actually that I was pregnant was that I became super weepy, like really emotional at random things. So I would be watching a Christmas advert or Strictly Come Dancing or like just a random TV programme, and I would feel myself getting emotional and welling up and like crying, which I'm not normally. And I remember thinking the first time that happened, I was like, I haven't felt like this since being pregnant with Lawson, or since like just after having Lawson when I was very hormonal. I don't normally get like that with PMS. I either get like really insecure and kind of clingy, or I get very snappy and don't want to see anyone. They're like my 2, I guess, PMS signs. I don't normally get very emotional and weepy, and I distinctly remember thinking the last time this happened, I was pregnant. The third thing I noticed is that I was getting very dizzy a lot more often. Like, every time I stood up I would get a head rush, which doesn't normally happen. Like, sometimes I do, like every so often if I stand up too quickly, but this was happening every time I was standing up. I would get a head rush, or I would feel dizzy when I I don't know, when I turn around too quickly or something like that. And I distinctly remember again having that with Lawson right at the very beginning. I teach dance for a living, that's what I do, and so obviously that's very difficult at the moment, like not being able to really turn or go upside down too much or anything like that. It's quite a telltale sign for me that I know I had it very early on with Lawson, and I have it again. Apparently that is because I did a bit of research. That's because all of the blood flow, or like a lot of the blood flow in your body, is now focused on obviously creating this life, and it kind of isn't in your brain as much. So that's why you get dizzier and a little bit lightheaded around this time. Another thing that I have noticed, which is actually quite different to what I was like with Lawson, although it is still very early, is that I am feeling a little bit nauseous, but it's kind of gone the opposite way to last time. I have lost my appetite actually. Like, I can't eat very much a lot of the time. I just kind of have spoonfuls here and there, or like finish half a meal. Yeah, I've just found myself not really having an appetite, which is very different to Lawson, because I ate everything with him. I was very hungry and needed to eat to stop myself feeling sick, but this time it seems to have swung the other way, where I feel sick so I don't want to eat. I'm not feeling too bad just yet, like I'm actually feeling okay. I'm keeping everything crossed that this is how the first trimester is going to be, and that I might get an easier ride this time. Touch wood. But yeah, so I'm not feeling too bad at the moment, just a little bit tired and a little bit nauseous, I guess, sometimes, and loss of appetite. The last thing I want to talk about was a very early sign last time with Lawson, is that you get the painful boobs. I haven't got that this time yet, although I think I was about 6 weeks when I found out with Lawson, so it could happen in the next few weeks. But yeah, you get really, really sore boobs. My boobs feel, this is a bit weird to be talking about in a video, but they feel a bit fuller and a little bit tender maybe, but nowhere near like the razor blade pain of like last pregnancy yet. So yeah, they definitely feel a little bit different to normal, but not painful just yet. So yeah, those are my very, very early signs and symptoms of pregnancy, and obviously a missed period as well. That goes without saying, I would think. But I think I'm on day like 45 or 46 of my cycle right now. So yeah, I've obviously not come on my period. And yeah, so I hope you found this video useful if you are trying to conceive or you are early pregnant. I hope you're doing well. Leave me a comment down below and say hello if this is the first time that you're watching my channel and you want to follow my second pregnancy journey. I will leave a link down below. I did like a trying to conceive video where I took you through our little journey of conceiving this baby and the live pregnancy tests and everything like that. So I'll leave that down below if you want to check that out. I hope you're doing very well. Give this video a like and subscribe if you would like to, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!